What's up, everyone? Aaron Schatz here, Editor-in-Chief of ASE Publishing, and today we've got another review for you. This time it's the Jarvis by Fully 5-foot by 30-inch desk, bamboo contoured, standing, of course. I'm standing right now. It's fully adjustable. We'll get into this review in a second. This is review ID 60325. You can check out this and all our reviews by going to www.aselabs.com. However, I'm going to save you the trouble. There's a subscribe button in the lower right. You can hit that, be informed of all the video content as we post. It's all we do these days. If you want to check out the 1-minute reviews, which I'm not sure I'm going to do for this product, even though I said I would for every product, but we'll see. You can find that in the description below on generally every review we do. If you want a text summary as well, you can find that in the description below. This is a standing desk from Fully. It's called the Jarvis. Let's see how it works. I'm going to say right off the bat that I actually purchased this desk because, honestly, I'm getting older. I'm only 34, but I'm getting older. And sitting continuously for long periods of time, my job deals with me sitting at a computer desk. I'm not a programmer, but as a product manager, I basically sit at a computer all day doing stuff on the computer. That's really, really bad for my back. I can feel it on my back. I can feel the strain on my back. I don't want to feel that strain on my back. Standing up always helped me out. So having a desk that I can adjust and stand once in a while, or a long time, and then go back to sitting, is what I was looking for. And that's exactly what the Jarvis from Fully does. It's a standing, adjustable desk that you can put back down into the sitting position anytime you want. There's a control pad over there, which we'll detail in a second, but that's the gist of this product in a nutshell. If you are the type of person that likes to stand once in a while they're doing work, a standing desk may be right for you. But we're going to get into this one a little bit further. I purchased this desk based on reviews that I actually saw of the desk, and they basically praised all the stability of the desk and all the features of the desk. And primarily in the standing position, I was very concerned about stability. And I am unhappy to report that the majority of the reviews that I've seen negate the stability problems in this particular desk. So I'm going to go in depth on the entire desk, but I'm going to start by having to show you this in the raised position. So I'm 6'2". So I have the desk at 43 inches high. You can see the control panel over here. 43.8 inches. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put in some B-roll later to actually show this. It's at 43.8 inches. So watch the monitor. And granted, I don't have the best monitor on this right now. A lot of this stuff is temporary as I'm doing some home renovations, but if I start to just let's take this simple. So I'm going to start with the forward and back motion. So I'm going to push it. You see the monitor shaking a little bit, not too bad. But the forward and back motion is very secure, even at this height. I don't really notice any forward and back motion. I'll show you what I do notice though. So as I'm using my mouse, for instance, if I'm using my mouse and I start to do like slight movements and stuff, there is considerable motion in the left to right. So if I actually hold the desk, I'll show you on this side. If I hold the desk and I try to wobble it a little bit, there is considerable left and right motion. I am not holding it that hard, and I am wobbling this desk considerably. You can see it in the monitor right here. It's this motion that was left out of the reviews that I've noticed. And I'm here to report that if you are tall, you're going to see this considerable motion that I'm seeing right now. And this isn't even up all the way. So let's just bring this up all the way. So I'm going to use the control pad right here. So I'm going to push this. I don't know if you can see this. Again, I'll come in closer, but you push this button here. I'm going to put it all the way up. Oh, and almost break everything. Let's put that back down a little bit. Good catch on my end. So that's the other thing about a standing desk. Sometimes the connections are not that. Yeah, my computer on the floor is probably not the best thing to do. So that's a little bit higher. But as you can see, as you get even higher, the wobble becomes even more pronounced. And that's not cool for someone like me. And yes, I'm going to leave this entire thing in the actual review so you can see that almost did happen. I almost lost my monitor. That being said, if you are shorter than me, let's say, for instance, that you want to bring the desk down to shorter height. Let's just say you're going to have the desk at like 38 inches or so. Now, here's the other thing that you'll notice. When I release the actual trigger on here, the actual up-down functionality, it didn't immediately stop. And it doesn't immediately start if I hit the up arrow. So if I hit up, watch this. I'm going to hit it right, 1, 2, 3, start. And I'm going to stop, 1, 2, 3, stop. See, it takes a little bit of a delay to start, and it takes a little bit of delay to end. And I don't expect that, and I don't think most people would either. To actually do minute adjustments, you have to click it, and then it does a minute adjustment, instead of just doing it immediately and then stopping immediately. I don't know why that is. So let's just bring it down to 38 inches. 38.4 inches I have. I mean, I do like the control panel of it. So if I have at 38.4 inches, the back and forth is, it's pretty hard to move it back and forth. I mean, the stability in that direction is really good. There's solid legs, no problem with that. The wobble is still there, though. I'm not pushing that hard either. That wobble's still there. And it's noticeable. I tried getting used to it, I can't get used to it. So let's just say at 34.8. The wobble is considerably less, where the fact that you probably wouldn't notice it. So if you're at 34.8, I mean, that's pretty low, and you might be sure enough to use this. But let's just say you want to go down to sitting height. So I click the button, it'll automatically go to that position, which is nice. I like that feature of this desk a lot. So at the sitting, it's really stable. I'm not even sure if you can see that, but basically it's very stable at the sitting, and I have mine at 28.1. I'm going to show you again how this works on the keypad itself. So if I hit the button for the standing position, automatically comes up, as you can see. So from sit to stand, it takes that amount of time. It's fine, and I don't care, the speed of it is totally fine for me. I'm not expecting it to rocket up and, shoot up and destroy all my equipment and stuff. So I'm not concerned about the actual speed of going up and down. What I am concerned is this wobble. And the fact that this wobble wasn't actually said in all the reviews that I read is concerning to me about the review community in general. That being said, the desk is still a very, very nice desk. And a lot of the people might not even notice that wobble. It just so happens the way I use my computer, when I generally have my forearms and such on the actual desk. So any minute movement is going to cause this. The product is generally good. Yes, this wobble does happen, but there's a lot of ways to fix that. If you mounted your monitor on something else besides a stand, I mean, the stand is really causing this wobble to be very pronounced. So if you had a much more stable base of your monitor, the wobble would be much less pronounced, but you would still notice something. That being said, Fully does make a good product. I'm going to give them that. They make a very good product. And if I couldn't return this easily, I probably would keep it and be just fine. I mean, I would eventually get used to this wobble, but I would still be unhappy about it. One thing I really, really do like about Fully is their customer service. They straight up said to me, if I was unhappy with the actual wobble, because after I went back and forth with them, they said, look, we want you to be happy. So if you're unhappy with it, we're going to work a way for you to send it back, and then, we'll take care of it. So I don't know exactly what that means yet, but I'm assuming that I'm going to have to pay for return shipping. But you know what? I'm willing to eat that cost if they're going to take the actual unit back, and I'll look for a different desk that's a little more stable on the actual surface when it's risen to the standing position. But I do like that. The company stands behind their word. If you're unhappy with your desk, you can return it. And that's something that's powerful. You might eat some money in shipping, but you know what? This is an expensive product. I paid a little under $700 for this, and for $700, I expect to get something that I'm going to use for some time to come. So I do really like the fact that Fully is looking out for their customers. Putting aside the actual wobble, putting aside this specific product, talk about standing desk. Look at the position I'm in right now. I'm standing up. I'm utilizing a desk. To me, it's very powerful. If you have back issues, something like this is really important. The ability to stand up or sit down at a whim, whenever you're feeling like doing either, is very powerful. If you have never used a standing desk and you have a chance, you should really try it, because it's something, to me, that is super important. Sitting down for long periods of time just absolutely sucks. I don't care about the studies. I'm just telling you how I feel about it personally. I can tell you this. When I sit down for an extended period of time, no matter how good my posture is, I just feel my back is just like, no, I can't take this anymore. Standing up, walking around makes it feel a lot better. That being said, standing up for long periods of time in one position also is very tiring. So having the ability to go from sitting to standing and back to sitting again, very powerful. And I recommend, if you have back problems and you're sitting around all day, look at getting something like this. I'm going to try to show you some B-roll as I'm actually talking about this desk, and I'll go around as I'm doing this, hopefully to remind myself to record the B-roll. So basically, when you order this, you can order this by just the frame itself, this metal piece right here, which is literally just the frame and no top. And that's great, because if you have your own top, you can put your own top on it. The specifications say that the actual frame can lift 350 pounds. I don't know what is 350 pounds. The actual top is included in that too. So if the top is 40 or 50 pounds, there you go. But I really don't know. Are you going to put yourself on there and then raise and lower yourself? Like, what is 350 pounds on a desk? I can't fathom. Like, are you just putting weights on there? I just don't understand. So if you choose to actually get the package, which is the top and the frame together, you can get a bunch of different options. You can get a powder-coated laminate type of thing. You can get bamboo. You can get this contour right here. And I'll show you this in depth in this B-roll that I hope is playing right now. But basically, this contour right here takes about 4 inches of space in the desk, and you can actually like sit inside the desk. So like, here's the contour right here, and you could sit in the desk. Now, I'm not a fan of that, and that's fine. A lot of people like this. There's a beveled edge to this right here. So it doesn't just, unlike the actual edge, it doesn't just come to a 90-degree angle. It actually comes down and there's a little slope right here. So I am still a big believer in mouse pads. This mouse pad, if I put it to the edge, would hang over, and you can see that there's flexing in there because there's a little angle on this edge. Instead of coming out and down, there's a little angle. Not a fan of that. I'm also not a fan of losing 5, 6 inches of space in my desk. Because like I said, when I actually work, my forearms are generally either on or just floating above the desk, so I'm not on the edge of the desk when I work. I'm like in the desk. So, to me, the actual contour is unhelpful. When I'm standing, I notice it a lot less, but when I'm sitting, the contour, I just don't like the contour. Again, it's a personal opinion. You might like the contour, I don't know, but that's why this is super important that you can deal with a company that will basically listen to your feedback. You know, if you don't like something, you have the ability to return it, and you might pay some return shipping and such, but honestly, if you're going to use a desk all day, like a monitor, like a keyboard, like a mouse, you really got to like it to use it all day. Let's move on to the desk surface now. The actual bamboo that they give you, very well done. It's all nice and smooth. The fit and finish, really nice. It's heavy. I think it's 3/4 of an inch thick. And sure, there's thicker desks, but you know what? This feels like it's quality. It's got that nice bamboo feeling. It's all sanded and polished. You can also opt for grommets for wire management. You can get additional things in these grommet holes. So if I pop this out, you can see that this is a little cap, and you can actually push this down, and the wires can fit through this area, and then put it back and fall through there. And then you basically just put it right here, and then the wires just dip through there. Hopefully I'm showing you this on B-roll right now. But the other stuff that you can get for this is you can get power and USB, and I think that's pretty powerful as well. No pun intended. The frame actually comes with a control panel, and I suggest you opt for the programmable control panel because they make a secondary option that's like $35 cheaper. And honestly, if you're not willing to spend an extra $35, don't even buy a standing desk because it's relatively expensive compared to like a generic desk. Get the programmable control panel, it gives you 4 programmable options. So you can touch one of the options and it'll raise or lower to that specific height that you set. For instance, I want to sit down, I hit the 4, the control panel shows me the height, goes down to the height that I want, and that's it. To bring it back up, I set my number 1 position, but let's just say there's an object in the way, right? Like, oh. So I put some pressure on it, it detected the pressure, and then went back down. I'm not sure if that's, I'm indifferent about that. I like that it's automatic, but I'm not sure like how good that actual sensor actually is. But it works, so there you go. Let's put that back up to standing and take it from there. The rest of the build quality is just excellent. There's no question about that. All the frame materials, all metal. It's really heavy. The shipping box was really heavy. The top was heavy. The metal, the frame was heavy. Everything was heavy. I mean, quality heavy, not like heavy just because it's just heavy. The frame itself, each side is independent. So the control box, when you plug it in, you plug in both sides, and they're independent motors, which is interesting because they somehow work perfectly together. I haven't noticed any problems with that. So instead of having like one motor drive both legs, both of them are independent. So there could be a potential failure point in one of them and not the other, so you get this weird motion of it coming up and down. But haven't noticed that yet, and I haven't seen any reviews online that's happened to yet. If you could see right here below, you could see the 2 legs. And what you also don't see is a cross brace between them. So the cross brace is actually on the top right here. So underneath the desk, there is a brace that runs across right here. So you tie it into the actual desktop, and that's the thing that's tying it together. So when your connection point's up here, you get that wobble. But if it was located in the midpoint and up here, that left to right motion would be mitigated. Building the desk wasn't a problem at all. It says you should have 2 people to actually build the desk, and it's really to flip it over when you're actually ready to use it. So basically you build everything on the upside down desktop, right? So you put everything on the actual desktop on the bottom, and then you flip it over. It took me about an hour to put together, and that was taking my time. And honestly, you probably would need 2 people just to hold some of the pieces to tighten it. Here's the other thing that annoyed me. They give you an Allen wrench to actually use to tighten everything. Hold on one sec. Here it is, this little Allen wrench. They give you this little Allen wrench to tighten and basically put in all the screws, which are basically bolts. And they are hex, right? If you don't have a bit that can do that in a power drill or something, just go and buy one. Go and buy a set that can do this. Just at least a screwdriver, because this is super annoying to actually tighten everything. You're eventually going to have to use this anyway to hand tighten everything, because the tighter you can get everything, the better the actual stability of the actual table itself. So once everything is in there, go around and hand tighten everything, because that'll be super important for stability. Again, the tighter it is, the more stable the desk will be. But I really suggest getting a bit instead of this little Allen wrench here. We've come to the point in the review where I'm going to give you my honest opinion about this desk. And again, I purchased this reading and watching all the other reviews of the desk, and not many people mentioned, I would have pretty much said that I wouldn't have bought the desk if they were just going to have this kind of stability problems. So take my opinion with a grain of salt, because I'm 6'2". So if you're shorter, stability may not be a problem for you. You might notice it, you might not, I'm not sure. But for me, I'm going to have to return the product because I can't deal with the wobble, the left to right motion. I just can't. It's not something I'm willing to put up with using daily. This is where I do my work. This is where I do my games. This is where I do everything. I'm not willing to put up with that wobble. If I was not able to return this, I would probably just get used to it eventually, but be unhappy with my purchase. That being said, the concept of standing desk is amazing. There's no question about it. And if the stability could be improved on this desk, I would say that Fully has an excellent product. I still do think they have an excellent product, but I would say that the stability range is a lot lower than what I need it to be. So at my height, it's not stable, but lower, it's a lot more stable, and it's probably fine. So if you're shorter than me, give Fully a shot. They have excellent customer service. But if not, you should probably look elsewhere for a standing desk that actually has stability as their #1 concern. Granted, there's a lot of additional accessories that you can get with these desks, but they're accessories I wouldn't recommend them because a lot of them are just overpriced. Grommets, very helpful because you can run your wires through them. The Contour itself, not a fan of, but you may be. So if you could, if you know somebody that has something like this, check out the Contour, check out the standing desk. But honestly, regular desk surface, stable standing desk is what I'm looking for. And unfortunately, this product didn't suffice for me. I paid a little under $700 for the 5-foot by 30-inch desk, Contour, frame, all that stuff, the programmable buttons, all that stuff. Would I do it again? Maybe. It depends. I'm looking at my options right now. I will say what I would not do again is I wouldn't order this Contour. I think that's a gigantic waste. I'm losing 4 or 5, 6 inches based on the actual angle that's actually swooping down, and that's not worth it to me. So would I do it again? Maybe. But this is not the only product in this space, and I'm hoping to buy another one soon. That's basically it. That's a review in a nutshell. I know it's not really a nutshell because I talk for quite a long time, but to me it's very important to boil this down to stability issues. Great desk with stability issues, right? Just look at the left and right wobble right here. I don't understand. This is a critical thing for me. Why would other reviews not show this? I have no idea, but there you go. I'm showing you this right now. That little left and right wobble. It's not even little. I notice it when I type, notice it when I use my mouse, and that's not acceptable to me. When you purchase a product, you should be happy with your product, but thankfully, Fully agrees with that as well. So if you aren't happy, contact Fully, see what they can do for you, because they're doing something for me, and we'll see how that goes. I'll have a follow-up, and we'll see how it goes from there. For ASE Labs and ASE Publishing, I'm Aaron Schatz, and thank you for watching. Remember, there's a subscribe button below, right in the lower right. It's red. It says subscribe. You can hit that, be informed of all the content as we post it. That's all we do is video these days. Granted, if you don't want to watch a video, check the description below. There's a text summary. All the reviews we post have a text summary, so if you just want to catch this review in a 2-paragraph summary, there you go. Available for you right now. If I do post a 1-minute review for this, it will also be in the description below. So check it out if it's there. If not, well, sorry. I didn't really want to boil this one down, but I probably will, so we'll see you right after. And remember, share us with your friends. Give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.